Hello vinyl community, Bradley here. Today I have an entry for a contest. It is put on by Mason at MM's Vinyl. I was going to originally enter this and I kept putting it off, so I think this will make the deadline, hopefully. So I've watched most of Mason's videos and really enjoyed them. Mason's, I believe he's 16 years old. He's into blues, fusion, and all sorts of stuff. He has a pretty, fairly good diverse collection. So he's gonna have a really nice collection in the coming year and beyond that. So hats off to Mason. Congratulations on this. Is a 100 subscriber contest, but he probably has close to 200 by now. So he had a list of 5 questions here. First question was, name a favorite jazz fusion album, which I've got some Snarky Puppy in the background here. This is, whoops, I just tore a sleeve. I've shown both these albums before, which I'll show the latest. This is Immigrants. This was just released in 2019, double album. And I've just started listening a lot more to this one. Now this is the first Snarky Puppy I got. It's called We Like It Here. Another double album. And this is my favorite. Snarky Puppy's jazz funk fusion. I think that'd be a good description. Now this particular album, We Like It Here, this was recorded live in the studio in front of a studio audience, like maybe 100 people. And they recorded this album like 4 nights. So what's on this album is the best cuts of these 4 nights for this album. And the audience wore headphones, as did the musicians. Excellent album. I love it. Immigrants, I'm just starting to get into. Okay, question number 2. Show a favorite blues rock album. I will show a couple here, and they're all connected here. This is the first real album I ever bought in my life. 1969. It is Blood, Sweat, and Tears. It's on Columbia. This is the first album with David Clayton Thomas in Blood, Sweat, and Tears. And to this day, I really still like this album. And it sounds beautiful. It's one of my best sounding albums. And it's like, what, 50 years old. Okay, now connected also, this would be Blood, Sweat, and Tears' first album. And now this has Al Kooper doing the lead vocals and the leader of the band. There's Al right there, and Little Al. Now this album, it's different than the David Clayton Thomas incarnation of Blood, Sweat, and Tears, but equally as good. I like them both. I really do. It's got a couple of my favorite songs on this one. The first one, I Love You More Than You'll Ever Know. That is one of my favorite blues rock songs ever. And on the other side, it's got I Can't Quit Her. excellent album. And that is on Columbia also. And the third kind of connecting album in that series is Mike Bloomfield, Al Kooper, and Steve Stills. It's called Super Session. This is an absolutely killer album. The first side has Al Kooper and Mike Bloomfield. So if you like blues rock, you can't get any better than that. Now on the second side is Al Kooper and Stephen Stills, which also sounds very nice. And that was, when was it recorded? I'm not really sure. Probably 69, I suppose. So that's an excellent album. Also on Columbia. Next question, number 3. Show an underground or maybe a unknown album. This is from 2017, I believe. This group is called Danger Muffin. I've shown this before. And this album is called Heritage. Danger Muffin is from pretty much a 3-piece, although they have extra musicians sometimes. They're from South Carolina. The style of music would be Americana, folk, reggae, jam. I think that would cover it very well. They kind of remind me sometimes of Vampire Weekend, kind of like that island style. Also OAR. There's a lot of similarities in OAR, probably because of the reggae type. But it's an excellent album. The first time I heard it, I liked it, so that's usually a good sign. Okay, the fourth question. Show an album that puts you in a good mood. I've got, several albums I like to put me in a good mood. This one came out in 1980. It is none other than Madness. This one is called Absolutely. Madness. They are just a fun group. I'm trying to decide how to describe them, and I'm looking at the liner notes. The first line says, we've had punk and funk, pub rock and disco. We've got mod and ska. So what's next then? Get ready for the nutty sound of madness. So that'd be a good description. Cockney humorous lyrics. This is just it's a very good album, and it's a fun album. I don't know how they got together, but it's almost like they're a bunch of maybe rugby players or something, and they go to a pub and start drinking, and they say, hey, let's start a band. That's what it reminds me of. But it's like really good stuff. Okay, question number 5. What is your favorite thing about collecting vinyl? I would say it's probably the hunt would be the number one favorite thing. I don't have any record stores like really close to me. So if I go to a record store, I have to drive for a ways, and so that's why I don't spend all my time at record stores. I buy a lot online through Amazon or Discogs also. But I love record stores. I love the personal interaction. And I do go quite a bit, but that's probably my favorite thing. The other favorite thing about collecting vinyl is just the fact that when you get a new album or even a used one and you open it up from the shrink wrap, you cut it open, pull the record out, look at it. If it's new, it should sound pretty clean, you know, but you know how that gets sometimes. So there's always like, you put it on the turntable hoping for the best. And that's the same way with used records, you know. Because you can look at them and they may look really good. But until you put them on the platter, you don't know how good or bad they actually are. So he's got a couple of bonus questions, Mason does. The first one is, name Mason's favorite band, which I've watched probably all of his videos, but sometimes I forget. You know how that is. But I think he does like this group, Santana. So he's got good taste. Excellent, excellent choice. And his other bonus question is, name a genre you're maybe getting into. I've been into jazz for quite a while, and I will continue to be, because I love jazz. Anymore, that's my main go-to. I've been trying, occasionally, testing out classical music. And I have a couple that I've, you know, are really happy with, but sometimes I just don't know that much about it, so it's pretty much a blind buy. But I've been really lucky a couple times, so that's good. So I think that's it for the contest. Like I said, I hope I make the deadline here. If not, well, whatever. I'll still put the video up. Everybody's watched Mason's channel that's probably watching my channel. So, love it. So, that's all I have to say today. I will catch you folks the next time. See ya.